Children?
We plan to. Oh, it's a wonderful apartment. I love
See what she's trying to do? She's trying to get you to lower the rent.
it. Oh, please, let's take it. Are you pregnant? No, not yet.
No, you're not religious, my dear, are you?
You know how actors are. They're all a bit self-centered. I dreamed so much. Great people. We have to make a baby. Dr. Hill?
Congratulations.
You're pregnant.
Now, fine, healthy baby. Here.
Yeah. I have a pain. Here.
Pregnant women gain weight, they don't lose it.
Pain like that is a warning that something isn't right. It's alive! We're your friends, Rosemary. Don't kill the big guy. Touch him. What have you done to him, you maniac?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monster Monday to get our week kicked off with some cool discussions of all things monsters, sci-fi, fantasy, comics, all that. We're running a little late today because, quite honestly, with the holiday coming up and family coming into town, I completely forgot. I got to the gym this morning. I'm like, oh, shit, it's Monster Monday. I ran back after finishing up my workout, and here we are, a little bit late, but we're here. So I hope you did your homework. We're going to be talking about Rosemary's Baby, this Roman Polanski film, which is very disturbing. A lot of times this movie's linked in with The Exorcist and The Omen for kind of groundbreaking, a new way to tell horror. This one came first, and this one I find the most disturbing, and I think I like it the least, to be honest, because unlike The Exorcist that we talked about last week, this does not have a happy ending. There really isn't anybody to root for. I mean, yes, you root for Rosemary, but the bad guys win. This is about a demonic cult, a witch's coven, and there's indications that this apartment building that they've controlled for a very, very long time, and they use these babies, to sort of, I guess, give birth to the son of Satan, so to speak. So I find it very disturbing in that context. And you should have done your homework. So I'm going to spoil the ending for everybody because I told you to watch this thing, and that's what we're doing. We're talking about it. But Rosemary has the baby after being raped by. I'm assuming it's Satan, and. She gives birth to this baby, and, they never show the baby, but she says, its eyes. What have you done to its eyes? And, one of the leaders says, he has his father's eyes. And she references her husband, Guy, and says, Guy doesn't have eyes like that, and then he goes off on this crazy, wild tangent about Satan being the father and all that. It's very disturbing and scary. and you feel bad for her because it seems like everybody's against her, and those people that are her friends that she can count on, um, end up dead. um, so it's sort of a real downer, this film, but it's still very well done. It's what they call New York Gothic. Uh, Most of these types of films, are filmed like in rural areas, and this is in a modern city, where none of this stuff could possibly happen, in today's modern technology, and of course modern for 1968, but um, it's the hub of civilization, so you don't expect these things to happen there. So, and it takes place in this old apartment complex. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is the Dakota, where they shot it, and that's where John Lennon lived and was killed in front of. But don't quote me on that. I thought I remember reading that somewhere, but I'm not positive. It looks like it, but can't put that one down in stone. Mia Farrow is really excellent in this as this fragile young woman. Ruth Gordon steals the show. She's very good, very very creepy. It's got a great cast. I mean, Ralph Bellamy is in it. I love him. This is around the same time, a little bit after he made The Professionals, one of my favorite westerns. And this kind of restarted Ruth Gordon's career. She went on to play kind of like these quirky old ladies. I think she won an Oscar for what was it? Something in Maud. Let's see if I can find it. Can't find it. But anyway, the producer of this film was William Castle. If you remember, during 31 Days of Monsters, we talked about the Joe Dante film Matinee, and how John Goodman played a William Castle type of person. And William Castle was known for, he was basically a showman and a promoter as well as a producer. And he produced these films like The Tingler that would have electrified seats in the theater to buzz you when the Tingler went out into the audience, type of thing. Just, crazy promotional things, to get asses in the seats, so to speak. He was really good at it. But, he was sort of known as like a schlock movie producer. And so he had the rights to this book and wanted to produce it and direct it. And Warner Brothers, I think it's Warner Brothers, said, we want to make this movie, but we don't want you to direct it, because they were afraid it was going to become, a B movie when they want, they're putting a budget into it to make it a better film. So they got Roman Polanski to direct it. William Castle makes a really cool, what's the word I'm looking for? Guest appearance in this film, in the sequence where Rosemary leaves the doctor's office and gets into the phone booth and is calling. There's a man standing outside, and you see him from behind, and you're supposed to. They're supposed to imply that it's Ralph Bellamy standing there, and it's sort of raises the tension level. But when he steps back into camera and turns around, it's William Castle, and he's just a guy waiting for the phone. But they try to add this little bit of tension, thinking that she's been found out, because she now suspects that Ralph Bellamy is part of this coven. But I like that. It was really cool to see William Castle pop in like that. So anyway, sorry for starting late today. It's a very excellent movie. It's just disturbing. The changes in Rosemary as the movie goes on. She got this really horrible haircut too, cut really short. And Vidal Sassoon had done it, and I guess that was actually in the book. It was Vidal Sassoon who cut her hair in the book too, and she does it for the movie, or he does it for the movie. So let's see who's here this morning. Or it's a late start, so I don't know who made it. But Leroy is here. He says, "Yo yo yo, hello." Past Master Dan is here. Eric the Guapo, where am I? He says. JP Roca asks the perennial question, what's good? Hyper Kaiju is here. Rob Fellows, Hell Graham, and Creepy Crew, witches, all of them witches. Yeah, Rob did his homework. He saw it. HR is here. David Lowe. David Lowe says a perfect film, as was The Vampire Killers. Completely different tone, though, from the Fearless Vampire Killers. Hyper Kaiju forgot it was Monster Monday, too. Well, it's only the second one, guys, so it's going to take a little bit of time to get into the rhythm here. When you do something every day, like 31 Days of Monsters, it's you just do it. It follows. But now you have a week, and then it comes upon on a weekend, and then it's like, oh shoot, you're thinking about starting your week, and that was me. I forgot. David Lowe confirms it filmed in the Dakota, same building John Lennon was living in when he was assassinated. That's what I thought. Okay, so you can put it in stone then. That's not correct. Mia Farrow did not win an Oscar for this. Wait, let me take that back. I don't think so. No, she couldn't have won an Oscar for this, because the only one to win an Oscar for a horror film up until Anthony Hopkins won was Frederick March for Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Man of War, Harold and Maude. Ruth Gordon, Harold and Maude, yes. Maybe David meant to say that Ruth Gordon won an Oscar for Harold and Maude. Yeah, not sure. Giga Death is here. Says hello, Graham, in chat. Let's see here. Anthony Gonzalez Clark says, what's up? Rob says, first watched this many years ago in a seedy art house movie theater. That seems apropos. Double bill with Repulsion. Added lots to the atmosphere. That's cool. That seems like the apropos place to watch this. All right, my friends. Again, I apologize for starting this one late. I think we're going to switch gears a little bit next week, and we're going to dive into some horror comics. And I want to talk about the first horror comic I remember buying as a kid. It was Werewolf by Night, number 18. And that series was an excellent series for the first couple of years when Mike Plug was drawing it. So I think we're gonna talk about comics next week, and we'll start with some of the Marvel horror comics that came out from that era: Werewolf by Night, The Monster of Frankenstein, and The Tomb of Dracula. All excellent books when they first got started. So that will be our homework for next. Oh, we got some more chats. David Lowe says Ruth Gordon won. Sorry. Yep, that's true. What are your thoughts about separating the art from the artist? I think it's necessary. I mean, if I couldn't do that, I couldn't watch half of these movies or half of the comics that I grew up reading or the movies that I watched, the music I listened to. Mia Farrow's a nut, but she's good in this movie, and you got to separate the art from the artist. I think that's important. Okay, gang, that's going to wrap it up for today. So thanks for tuning in. And again, I apologize for the lateness. I shall try to be on time next week. And let's see, tonight I think the Comicsgate Kings will be on. There won't be a storytellers this week because of Thanksgiving, and there won't be a professionals. We're going to do a thanks show that we're going to pre-record, I think, and talk about things that we're thankful for. But so we won't be live because everybody's going to be a bit busy. So again, I thank you for stopping in and sharing the morning with me. And we will be talking comic book monsters next week. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye.